Hey guys, how's it going? This is Sean from A1 Fitness. Hope we're keeping well. Just jumping on today to shoot you a quick training on how you can start losing between 500 grams and 1 kilo every week. Alright, so first of all, a bit about me. My name is Sean, as I say, and I'm the founder and owner of Elite Dad Coaching, a 16-week transformational program where I work specifically with dads who are looking to lose between 5 to 15 kilos without giving up the foods they love. So what I wanted to dive into today is a little bit about my journey from, what I've done to consistently lose weight over the last few years, and also that I share with my clients, which I now want to share with you today, so that you can start your own health and fitness journey and continue to keep on losing weight and achieve your goals. So really what I wanted to say first of all is, when starting off in a health and fitness journey, the main thing that you need to think of is consistency. So really, like what we see out there all the time and in social media and like all over other media is, we have to do these crazy workouts, like these nuts diets and stuff like that, where we got to starve ourselves, or we got to sweat all over the place for like hours on end in order to actually start seeing some results in weight loss. And I just want to jump on here and just say that is not true. All right, so really the main thing that we need to focus on is consistency over intensity, and literally being consistent with something and staying consistent with it is much more beneficial to your weight loss goals than doing a form of intense exercise twice a week and just burning yourself out. So literally by staying consistent, what I mean is pick something that you are literally able to do that will be helpful and actually be a healthy habit, not a bad one obviously, because that completely defeats the purpose, all right, that you can actually stick to every day. So for examples, it could be like a 15 to 30 minute walk, it could be a 15-minute workout, it could be having more fruit throughout your day, having more water. Like there's loads of things that already, because we all hear about it all the time, that you can say, yep, I can do that. But then sometimes it's just, maybe we have to dial it back in order to stay consistent with it, or actually just make it a little bit easier, or just, as I say, pick some of the examples that I've just listed out to you. So for me, when I was starting off, I was 30 kilos, probably nearly 35 kilos heavier than I am right now. And I just really needed to start doing something. I was literally doing nothing. I was just working on my days off. Like I was working in a hotel, so it was like crazy hours. Wasn't eating the correct amount of foods, wasn't exercising. Do you know what I mean? Literally the only exercise I ever got was just walking around the hotel while I was on shift. Wouldn't do any exercise outside of my work hours. Most of the time when I was off, I'd either be horizontal, sleeping and catching up, or just in the pub drinking and really just wrecking my body. So I needed to start doing something, for myself. And throughout the years now, I've obviously started, coaching other people and dads around me to help them do the same thing. And really this is, beneficial for not just my clients and future clients, but really for everyone sort of out there. So for me anyway, an example of, how we can stay consistent, how I stay consistent. First of all, it was trial and error. So do you know what I mean? It's I started one thing, and especially at the start, you want to go for something really, really hard, but then you might actually find out that that one's just not for you. So for example, I was saying that I'll, go for half an hour to an hour workout in the gym, every day after work. That did not last for very long, all right? But a lot of people, they pick that as their goal, and they do it for a couple of weeks, which is great, and then they'd go back to where they were before. So if this has ever happened to you, let me know, all right? But I know it has definitely happened to me. So what I then had to dial back with then was so as I say, bringing it back a little bit and doing something that would work better for me. So I decided to make it 30 minutes every day at my lunch break. So it was a set amount of time. And I got other people that may see this video that were I was there with him when he was doing these workouts. And it was amazing, do you know what I mean? To stay consistent through something Monday to Friday. And then would do something else at the weekends, but as I say, only for 30 minutes a day. And that's what I did. So it doesn't have to be all about a long amount of time or doing these crazy workouts. It's literally just to be moving and to be doing some form of exercise, walking, yoga, whatever, consistently for 30 minutes a day. Equally as important, what I then dived into a little bit was like 15-minute workouts, like high intensity type workouts. I got loads that I'm more than happy to send some of you guys. So if you do want any workouts or stuff like that, like let me know and reach out and I'll get them over to you. So that's really the first one, guys. Staying consistent with something that you can actually do. All right, so like 30-minute walk, 15-minute workout was what worked for me. But as I say, that may not work for you, and that's okay. So start off with a 15-minute walk to go, 15-minute walk to start, and then we start building. So it's all about habit building as well. So if we're able to get consistent with doing that over time, and then we start adding in blocks and blocks and blocks until overall it becomes a massive lifestyle change for us, really. And that's what it's all about if you do want to start looking down the long-term road of losing weight and actually maintaining it. Another thing really important is to start losing that 500 to 1 kilo per week. You do have to prioritize your health, all right, and understand that if you do want this to happen and you want to hit your weight loss goals, you will need to put it first. So that doesn't mean that no one else around you matters, but it means that you need to put yourself first. So what I mean by that is, I'm sure for a lot of you sort of dads out there or other people, we do everything else for other people around us, right? I know I used to. All right, I was like in the service industry. I was just used to serving other people, but not serving myself. So when I learned that I need to start putting myself first in order to give my best to the other people around me, this is where it changed for me. So what you could do is literally you're gonna need to make maybe some type of change to your day. Whether it's been assigning half an hour to an hour a day just for you, so just to look after you, whether that's like exercising, going for a walk, reading a book, doing something that will benefit you physically and mentally every day is super important. And then if we're able to do that, then we can give our best to everyone else around us. This took me really, really long time to figure out, but it's definitely something that I'd recommend that we all understand, is that we gotta prioritize our health first and fill from our own cup, if you will, in order to give our best to other people around us, whether that be our family, friends, partner, kids, anyone. Where I wanted to jump onto from here then is main thing for me that I've started like, the main thing really is, this will be number 3. I've gone through staying consistent, understanding you have to start prioritizing your health, and now we move on to the support side of things. So really having the right support and the environment to succeed in your goals is super important as well. So what I mean by that is that like at the start of my journey and stuff like that, I didn't have any like support. Do you know what I mean? Like all the people around me weren't into health and fitness. They were just into drinking in the same old pub, smoking, and I just followed. Do you know what I mean? That's all I did. I just followed. I just thought that's where I'm meant to be, so I'll just go and do that. Now that's not to blame them. Like, do you know what I mean? If I wanted that change, I should have been stronger in my mind in order to get there. But then what I've got to understand is that because that was happening, it wasn't actually my fault. And if this is something that's happening to you, it's not your fault either, because our brain is designed to keep us safe. Like if we remember back to the olden times and stuff like that, it was either fight or flight. So really, if we're in a really comfortable situation, whether that be like, sitting down, chilling out, watching Netflix with like a bag of crisps beside us, or, out in a pub with our friends drinking and stuff like that. These are all like comfortable situations because we've got to learn them over the years. So, they're quite hard to change. So actually, first of all, understanding that it's not your fault because you like these comfortable situations is really, really important. And a lot of people don't understand that as well. So they try and make all these changes and then do something crazy for like a long amount of time, but then end up going back to where they were before, because that's where your mindset is programmed to. It's programmed to keep you safe. So if you're able to look past that, and how you're able to do that really is just by, at that moment of where that it's bad for you, but you're going to do it, you need to stop, breathe, and try and just move forward and do something against the grain that you know is actually going to benefit you in relation to your goals. And this is something that can take a long time to achieve, and that's okay, because we all got to start somewhere. And so how we can start is with what I've already mentioned. So staying consistent and doing other things, small things to start with, in order to actually help us move towards that larger goal of living a better lifestyle. But how we started off is, as I say, breathing. When we're sort of sitting there, like being comfortable, do you know what I mean? Catching ourselves at those moments where we know it's bad for us, but we got to change. So whether that may be, sort of sitting there, chilling out, watching TV, and we know in our mind that we should go for a walk, right? But instead of turning off our second to third hour of Netflix and just letting the next one play through, we go for a walk. Like, that is just literally stopping that comfortable side of your brain from going, whoa, shit, what did they just do? And then they'll actually, as you continue on with that consistently, so like daily, then you'll get used, your mind and your brain will get used to this happening, and will be looking for this rather than looking for sitting down on the couch watching Netflix, grabbing the extra biscuits that are in the cupboard, eating a whole packet of crisps, going out every weekend with your friends and getting absolutely smashed up. Like, they'll look for more, your brain and your mindset will look for more rewarding things, because they've got you, because you've put it in that way now, because you've stepped like against it, what it usually happened, and actually gone towards other things, and now it's looking for those things because you've been consistently doing them. And so that's why, like, it's massive, like, mindset change. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's huge, and it takes people a hell of a long time to get to. Sure, like, I still struggle with it sometimes, like, do you know what I mean? But really, to really, really work on that is so important. And again, we can do that by just taking small steps every day in order to do that. And that's what I mean. By doing this, we'll obviously get back to our original reason that this training is for, of losing that 500 grams to 1 kilo per week, every week, because we're being consistent. And that's really the main thing. So just to finish up this training, another thing that I've sort of realized that's vital, to start losing weight sustainably over a long term, is having the right support and environment around you. All right, because without that, if we're just there on our own trying to do everything, we won't get there. All right, so we see our best when we're in a team, or when we have somebody there that's actually like in our corner and supporting us towards our goals. So for me, for example, I didn't really start achieving any goals until I had someone actually supporting me. So like my friends that I had at the time were supporting me, my family around me started supporting me, and this was massive. I didn't let myself get that support at the start, which I really wish I did. But once I started, getting that support, and then I also changed my environment as well, is when I started seeing real results. So what I mean by changing the environment is, if you want to start like a weight loss journey and you want to start losing 500 grams to 1 kilo per week, every week, all that stuff that's in your house that's going to not help you get there needs to go, or at least the conversation with the other people in your house needs to be had. And if it's not being able to be had, then you need to completely change the environment sometimes. And this mightn't be able to happen straight away, and that's okay. Like, if you're taking the steps, as I mentioned before, consistently, and working on yourself first, that's obviously the most important. But to get to that extra level, changing that environment is super, super important. But if we're able to get that support as well at the same time, this is also vital too, in order to really, really hit those goals. So guys, I hope this is helpful. All right, so as I say, this is my ways that I have learned throughout my success, my health and fitness journey throughout the last few years, and I've used with my current clients to help them achieve their goals and to lose weight sustainably, long term, and keep it. So as I say, if you're looking for more sort of information on this, let me know. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Of course, if you did want to come in and join me in my new program, for dads looking to lose between 5 to 15 kilos without giving up the foods they love, like, reach out to me. All right, so I'll be putting this up everywhere, so you'll know how to reach out to me. And yeah, that's really it, guys. So if there's anything else you'd like me to share in other trainings, of course, reach out to me as well. I'd love to give you as much value as possible, because I understand it's very, very hard to get out there, guys. So again, if I can just say one thing from here, to lose weight over the long term, you need to start getting consistent in the short term. So start with something healthy that you can do every day and go from there. And that's it. Support, environment, all that stuff, super important as well. Understanding that you need to prioritize yourself first before you take care of everyone around you is the last point I want to take home. So guys, that's it for today. All right, I hope to see you all soon, and take it easy.